Thank you for joining me this evening. My name is Martin Grayworth, and we'll be exploring the beginning of Germany's naval superiority in World War I. Just as the Lewis machine gun was on land, the German U-boat was a revolutionary war instrument of the sea. Germany's submarine warfare was dangerously effective against both British naval ships and British passenger ships. The most famous account of the potent extermination would be the sinking of the British passenger ship, the RMS Lusitania.
Merchant vessel 5 miles out, bearing 115, flying the royal colors.
Aye, aye. Control. There's a merchant vessel 5 miles out, bearing 115, flying the royal colors. Request to dive. Request to dive. Sir, should we warn the vessel?
No, send him to the floor.
Aye, aye. Dive! Dive! Dive!
Ready to fire.
Launch bay open.
Fire!
Captain, she's a goner, but there are Americans on board.
Affirmative.
This atrocity caused public outrage in Great Britain as well as in the United States. But what was not made aware to the public was the immense amount of small arms munitions aboard the Lusitania, nearing 4,200 cases of rifle cartridges. This was about 4 million rounds of ammunition, enough for a small army.
The ship sunk in just 18 minutes, taking with it all of its 1,200 passengers, including 128 Americans.
What was so devastating about these German torpedoes was that these U-boats weren't following the international guidelines set forth for war. These submarines were supposed to surface and let the crew of the ship get off onto their lifeboats, but the Germans completely disregarded that and killed civilians just like they would kill any other soldiers.
In 1915, Germany declared that the waters surrounding the British Isles were a war zone, meaning that all merchant ships, no matter their affiliation, would be attacked by the German Navy. This was a retaliation of England's extensive trade blockade, barring U.S. ships to reach Germany.
The sinking of ships like the Lusitania, the Arabia, and the Sussex led to a creation of the Sussex Pledge, which was an agreement between Germany and the U.S. that Germany wouldn't sink any merchant vessels without warning. But it came with a string attached where we had to dissolve the British trade blockade. But neither of those ended up working out, and Germany continued to destroy merchant vessels without warning, and the British blockade remained.
The Sussex Pledge briefly interrupted this relentless killing until the German Navy decided to ignore the agreement and lay siege onto Britain, with the consequences of going to war with the United States.
This was a new kind of warfare, something Americans hadn't seen before. There were hundreds of these German U-boats, and there was nothing we could do about it. They were sinking merchant and military vessels left and right. Tens of thousands of people were dying because these German U-boats were something we had never seen before, and there was nothing we could do about it.
I hope that you found this brief dive into submarine warfare in World War I informative and engaging. Though we have only scratched the surface, we tried to the best of our ability to provide relevant and important information about this complex topic. I'm Martin Grayworth. Have a good night.